Hello, everyone. I am sorry I'm not there today. I hope to be back on Tuesday. Some couple of things I want to go over in addition to what we are doing for our main task today, all right? In your folder, you should have this 11.4 mean absolute deviation page. It's what we started and did one of them together or part of one of them on Friday. We will complete this tomorrow whenever I get back, okay? But for now, just keep that in your folder and do not lose it. This is a hard concept, so I'm actually going to go over a different topic. Your sub, you should have already done my warm-up, and then your sub should have been handing out this paper that I'm going to have that is the median and mode, okay? So doing that using median and mode, we're going to get onto this. It's a little bit of an easier topic than mean absolute deviation, okay? First off, make sure you get your name, date, period on this paper. Get out your calculator. If you don't have one, make sure you borrow one from up in the front of my room and then return it when you are done. Okay? So when it comes to median and mode, these are our measures of our center. So like finding the middle of the center of a data set, okay? The median is the middle number. It's the value at the center of a sorted version of a list, or the average of two central values. You have to order the values from least to greatest, which we are going to practice. Mode is your most often. It's the number of item or items that appears most often in a data set. Okay, so we're going to start off here with number one. Number one, we have the minutes spent practicing the violin. So you should have your name, date, and period on the top of your paper. Here are our numbers. First thing we have to do is order them from least to greatest. So go ahead and order these in least to greatest. Let me see. And once I write it down, I like to cross it out. So I'm going to do these up above. 15. And you might write faster than me, which is totally fine. 15, 15. I'm going to cross them out when I go. So I want you to write what I am writing. 15, 15. 20. Cross that out. 24. Cross that out. 25, 25. I have two of those. 25, 25. And then I have a 30. One thing I also like to do whenever I'm done, even though I cross them out, is I count to see how many numbers I started with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and how many I wrote out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay. To find the median, you're going to cross out the numbers going through. I like to put a little dot since my handwriting is a little sloppy on this page, but on yours, go ahead and cross them out. I'm going to put a line over top of them today so you can actually see one on each side until I get to the middle. So you either cross yours out or you can do the line up on top like I am until you have a number in the middle, and then we circle it. That's our process for the median. So what is the median for number one? The second part of number one is finding the mode. The mode is the number that appears the most often in the data set. So whenever you look here at our numbers, we have two. I'm going to do them underneath 15, 15, and 25 and 25 that appear two times. So we have two modes. So what are the modes for the second part of number one? Great job. I hope you got those both correct. Number two over here is snow in inches. I'm going to go back to my red, okay? We need to find the median, which I have to first put these numbers in order from least to greatest, okay? So go ahead and write out these numbers, least to greatest. You can go faster than me and then check it. I'm going to have 24. And then I've got 26. Oh, that's a 36. 24, 26. 28. My handwriting gets a little bit big on this thing. 30. So you need to be doing this along with me. 36, 37, 40, and 43. So now I'm going to count to make sure I have enough. That I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. So I didn't miss any of them. I'm going to change my color here. You start crossing them out. I'm going to put a line up above since my handwriting is so sloppy until I get that middle number. Ooh, now I have 2 middle numbers. Whenever I have 2 middle numbers for my median, what you have to do is you have to add up those 2 numbers, 30 plus 36, and then we need to divide by 2. So use your calculator right now. Do 30 plus 36 because those are combined. And then I divide it by 2 to see what is in the middle of those 2 answers. What is your median for number 2? Okay, great. Hopefully you got that one correct. Mode, the number that occurs most often. So you look through these numbers. Which ones have appeared more than one time? And I'm just catching this. Hopefully, maybe you guys saw this before I did, but that should not have been a 36. That should have been a 37. Sorry about that. Now, seeing what answer shows up the most. If there are no numbers, like this one has nothing that is repeated more than once, the answer is that there is no mode. So what is the mode for the second part of number 2? Okay, great job. These next couple I'm going to have you do independently or a little bit more independently to make sure I can kind of see who's understanding, especially the mean part here, because we've practiced that multiple days, okay? Use your calculator to find the mean. Remember, you add up all the numbers and then you divide by however many that there are, okay? So what is the mean of these quiz scores? Add up all of these numbers and then you're going to divide by however many numbers that there are. What is the mean for number 3? Okay, second part of this one is the median. So the median, so I don't ruin all my numbers and I can see it later. When you have them like this, it's already in, I have them in order from least to greatest. I'm going to put a little dot above each one of them and I'm going to move my way to the middle. So one way I have to go left to right and the other way I have to go right to left. So make sure you're doing this with me crossing them out at the same time that I do. Aha! I get 1 in the middle. So what is my median for number 3? Great job. Okay, mode. I tried not to cover up all the answers, the numbers that I did. Which numbers do appear, which number, there should be only one answer here, appears the most times on number 3? Good job. Okay, moving on to number 4. Again, we're going to do the mean. Remember, you're going to add up all of these numbers, and then you're going to divide by however many numbers that you see. So use your calculator, take your time because there are a whole bunch of numbers here. There's about 24 different numbers here, so you're going to add them all up, and then you will divide by 24, okay? I'll give you a hint on number 4. If you end up with a decimal as your answer, you need to try it again. Your mean for number 4 should be a whole number. Okay, what's the mean for number 4? Okay, good job. Now we're going to find the median. So again, we're going to go left to right, but then we're also going to go right to left on the opposite way here. Counting our way in. So on your paper, you should either be crossing them out or doing the little dots like I do. I'm only doing dots because it is easier on my Chromebook here. If I was doing it in person, I would be doing slashes through my numbers. Going in until I have one number here. What is the median for number 4? All right, and the mode. The mode is the number that you see the most times. So I would look at your paper you have in front of you to be able to see it without having all the lines crossed out for me. So what number do you see the most often for number 4? Okay, I wanted to do those hard parts. Now we're going to come back to this, and these are ones I'm going to explain a little bit to you. It says, write a statement that compares the median and the mode of the quiz scores. Okay, so we're going to compare these two. I'm actually going to type this answer in, and I want you to write it down on your paper. So my answers for this, my median was 45. Okay, well, I'm making all sorts of mistakes in this video, which is why I didn't ask you this question up above, because when mistakes happen, and I want you to see that those mistakes happen, which is why my video is going to be a little bit longer here, but at least I'm realizing it. So if I count my way in here, which I was not doing a good job about doing it earlier, I'm going to ask you for the median now. This is where I got off track. Okay. I have two numbers here, and to do that you have to take, it's not 4, 4 is not the median. You need to take 39 plus 45, and then you divide that by 2. So now, what is the median of number 3? Okay, you should have gotten the answer of 42. And my mode was 45 that you saw the most often. Okay, so write a statement that best compares the quiz scores of the median and mode range here. So if I see that my median is 42 and my mode is 45, if I compare them, the mode, my computer will type here, sorry. You write this down on your paper. The mode is 3 more than the median. That's just comparing them, okay? You can pause the video now if you need to be able to write that and be able to write that in a complete sentence with a period. And then which better describes the data? So if I had to pick between the mode, the median, and the mean, which one would best describe my data and why? So if I were to be describing this data and I would look at my numbers here, my mean ended up being 39.5. And then I had my median, my mode, which described it best. On this one, it would be the mean because the data is well distributed. It means that there are no numbers that are really high, there are no numbers that are really low. I'm not spelling distributed correctly. Sorry. So that would be my answer. Now in this case, we would use the mean if I had to pick between these three because all of my numbers, it only ranges from 30 to 45, and the best one I could use for mean. Now I'm going to go over here to number 4, where I should have had my mean as, my mean should have equaled to 66 is what you should have gotten when you added those up and divided by 24. My median was 67. I didn't mess up on that one. And your mode should have also been 67. Okay, if I say write a statement that compares the median and the mode. So on this, they're both 67. The median and mode are the same. Okay, they're the same. If I would ask which better describes the data set here between mode, median, and mean, my answer would be any, let me take the cap off here so you can see it. I'm not going to say any. Mean, median, or mode are good to use because their answers are similar. So like 66 and 67, 67 are all very much almost the same. So we could use any of those. So pause my video now if you need to for the mean, median, and mode of those, okay? Moving on to number 5 here. Now we have a graph that we're going to have to interpret. So if I have a graph here, I need to make sure first I have my numbers listed out so I know what I'm going to add up. So if I have Kayo's swimming schedule here, one of my numbers is 4. So write this out with me. Then I have 6. And then I have, I'm actually going to go in order here so I don't have to mess up. Then I have an 8. And then I have a 9 because it's between 8 and 10 here. So I have a 9. And then I go up to in between 10 and 12, which is 11. And then I'm going to go up to between 12 and 14, which is 13. And then, oh, nope, I'm going to go in order. So that should be a 12 and then a 13. Okay, I'm going to erase that to make sure you can see that clearly. That one should be a 12. So I don't use these numbers on the bottom. Those are my days. This is my swim laps. I'm using my data points. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 data points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you can do the mean here. Add up these numbers and then divide by however many numbers that you see. So what is the mean for number 5? All right, you should have gotten an answer of 9. Since I changed colors, I'll do it right here, okay? If you added those up and divided by 7, you should have gotten 9. So now I'm going to do median. So I'm going to do these little dots just so it doesn't cross out all of mine. Going counting into the middle. Do that with me. Median. What is your median? And my last question here is the mode. Which number do you see that appears the most often? And your last answer for mode, you should have had no mode because no numbers appear more than once. And my median was 9, okay? Number 6 over here, we have the mean. So again, I'm going to write out my numbers in order from least to greatest so that I already have that covered for my median. So I'm going to have 11. Again, I don't worry about the type of music or the number of students. I'm looking at my data points here. I have 11, 11, 15, and then 19. Make sure you're writing this out with me. And then 27, 25, and then 27. I'm going to count and make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I haven't forgotten any. So add up those numbers and then you will divide by 6 because there are 6 data points. You should have gotten a mean of 18. And then we're going to do the median. So I'm going to go in here, count in each time. So cross this out as I go. Oh, if I have 2 numbers, I have to add up those 2 numbers and then divide by 2. So add up those 2 numbers and then divide by 2. And what is your median? You should have gotten 17 as your answer. And then my mode, which number appears more often? The most often. What is the mode for number 6? And you should have gotten 11 for your mode. All right, you guys are doing a great job. I appreciate all your hard work. We have one more question for math here. So if I refer to this table of daily low temperatures between Charleston and Atlanta, we're going to compare the median low temperatures. So that means I'm going to type it out. It's a little bit quicker for me, and I know you guys are writing as quick as I can type here. So I'm going to have Charleston first, and I need to put my numbers in order from least to greatest. These are all Charleston. So let's see here if I can do this without making a mistake. You write it out with me and put Charleston. 33, 33, 34, 34, 35, 35, and 36. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Awesome. And then I'm going to write out at Atlanta, and then let's put those numbers in order. So let's see, the first one here would be 35, and then 37. And then I have a 40 and a 41, 40, 41, and then 43 and 45 and 48. So if I look at my numbers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some room in between those so that I have some room to cross out. Because now with your pencil, let's see. Let's count in to find our median here. So for my median for Charleston, if I counted in, it should have been 34. If I count into the middle here, my median for Atlanta is 41. If I'm going to compare those, because comparing means I want to write a sentence. So the average temperature for Atlanta is, let's see, 41 minus 34 would be 7 degrees higher than Charleston. Please pause this video if you need to be able to write that sentence out, okay? And then I'm going to write a sentence that compares the daily low temperatures for the two cities. So if I am comparing these, Charleston starts off with like 33 and it goes all the way up to 36, which is only a 3-degree difference. Atlanta goes from 35 all the way up to 48, so that actually varies about 13 degrees. So if I compared their daily low temperatures, Charleston, my sentence is not right in here, sorry. The daily low temperatures for Charleston doesn't vary as much as the temperatures in Atlanta. Okay, pause the video now if you need to be able to write that in. I appreciate you doing that along with me. Okay, we are done with math today, but you should still have plenty of time in my class to make sure you're being productive. So you need to pause my video, get out your vocab unit 2 packet, because we are going to be working on bio and auto today, because I'm going to check over those on Wednesday, okay? So the definition on the front page here for bio, you're going to put, I can't write here correctly, is going to be life. Okay, life, or I've got to write a lot neater here, life or living things. Sorry, I'm trying not to have it take forever for me to write. Okay, or living things. And then for auto means self, something that can happen itself. So some examples of words that maybe you've been thinking of, bio would be biology, biography, something about a life or living things. Auto would be like automobile, it's something you drive yourself. Autobiography, it's something you write yourself. Autobiographical would be something written about someone by themselves, okay? And then you are going to go complete these pages. Let me scroll down here. You should be caught up all the way to bio. So for bio, you do a meaning, picture, and then you have 5 matching words and definitions. If you don't know what some of these words mean, biography, biology, biopsy, biodegradable, biohazard, make sure you look them up, Google them, and see what the answers are, okay? And then you're going to write 3 sentences using some of these. And I would definitely think some of your easier ones here would be biography and biology, and then maybe picking another one of those. On the auto pages, you're doing meaning and picture, and then you're choosing the correct meaning for each word below. So autograph, and you're figuring out which one of those it means. If you don't know what any of these words mean, autograph, automatic, automobile, autopilot, autobiography, make sure you look it up so it can give you a definition. And then part 3, you're writing 3 original sentences using some of the words. I would definitely try to use autograph, automobile, maybe even autobiography as some of your sentences. Make sure that you are staying on task. Again, I have Impero here that I'm going to be checking on throughout the day to make sure that we're not on games. So make sure you're not being distracted, and we don't want to have any tech violations. Email me if you have any questions, but make sure you let the sub know before you're going to email me, okay? Because she is going to be monitoring what you are doing also. Have a great day, and I hope to see you on Tuesday.